Morning guys, how's it going? Missed the Cab Hub meeting? No worries, I'm going to go over the concepts we went over last night. So, the Hub meeting was on protocols, specifically the HTTP protocol. So, a protocol is a set of rules that hardware devices must follow when sending and receiving data from each other. For example, device A wants to talk to device B. They must share a common language to be able to understand each other, just like humans would. So therefore, they need to use the same protocol when communicating with each other. Some common protocols you might have heard of include the HTTP or Hypertext Transfer Protocol. That's a client-server protocol, the client being someone viewing a website, and the server being where the website is actually stored. HTTPS is the same, though the S stands for secure, or if you want to know the long name, Secure Socket Layer. This adds a layer of encryption to the communication, so anyone intercepting the data that shouldn't be, they can't read it, it's just gibberish to them. This is useful, obviously, for banking, where you don't want anybody to find out your bank details or steal your credit card details. There's the FTP or File Transfer Protocol, and that's a protocol that governs the transfer of files or data over a network. It could deal with communication between the client and the server where the file is stored, and usually an FTP server is done over the internet. Right then, so we also went into some detail in HTTP because that's what some people wanted to know about. So as you know, it stands for Hypertext Transfer Protocol, and it's the network protocol used to deliver virtually all files and any other data on the World Wide Web. Whether they're HTML files, image files, videos, query results, or anything else you can imagine that you can find on the internet. A browser, such as Chrome or Internet Explorer, is a HTTP client because it sends requests to the HTTP server, usually the website server, and that server then sends the response back to you, the client. And if you're interested on the technical side, the standard and default port for HTTP service listening on is 80. Not sure if that'll come in useful, but it might be to take a note of it. But it can use any other port if you set it, but 80 is the default. Okay, so some extra information. Like most network protocols, HTTP uses the client-server model. So a HTTP client is you when you're looking at websites, when you're opening the connection. For example, you're looking at Google, you're looking at Amazon, and the website server is where those websites are stored. So the Amazon server, the Google server, and so you want to view Google or Amazon. You, the client, send a request to the server, and that server then sends a response back to you, usually containing any resource, image, or files, or any chunk of data that you as a client has requested. So, after delivering the response, the server will close the connection down. So that makes HTTP what's called a stateless protocol, or one that doesn't maintain any connection to you, the client, if you're not currently doing a transaction. Okay, so that's the basics of protocols in HTTP. There are many other protocols out there that you can research. So, until the next CAS Hub meeting, I hope to see you there. This is Mr. Tibble signing off.